Yo, how we doing, everybody? Happy Thursday, right? Thursday.
Yeah.
Every day's the same when you're having fun, right?
Absolutely.
If you're watching on the replay, a quick checklist to get started. Make sure you have your SellerAmp free trial. Get you 2 weeks. Find a bunch of items. Watch Miles or Eyes free course videos.
Both.
Yeah, whatever. Watch a couple reverse sourcing videos and then go do it. Don't think about it for the next week. Don't watch 10 hours of YouTube. Don't watch 100 hours of YouTube. Go do it. Those are your action items, and let's get after it. Start dropping some questions as well. You're rocking the NASA shirt today.
You gotta know where you're heading. You gotta know where you're heading to get there. Very
So yeah, let us know what we can help you guys out with. Make sure you got that SellerAmp trial. You're cranking. Lots of you guys are starting the year off right, and I would love to see more of you guys do the same.
Cool, sweet. So yeah, damn, 57 of you guys in here already. Let's get it. Fire away. Any questions you guys got? Let us know. We would love to help. It's gonna be a great day here. When should you make the jump from OA to wholesale? So you're probably going to want to be doing 6 figures a month already with OA. So, consistent 10K a month profit. And then, whenever you kind of want to get into it, I think it makes sense. Now, some people do only wholesale from the get-go, right? There's no one way to skin the cat. It kind of depends on your skill set as a human being as well and such. But you probably want to start considering it around 6 figures a month with OA.
For sure. Why are books being returned for not selling after 6 months? They should. Do you have some automated settings if they're automatically removing themselves?
Yeah.
So look at your removal order automation settings. Like, I don't know what that would be called, but you need to turn that off.
How do you get around order limits on sites? Just loop. Yeah. You can contact them and see why they're giving you cancels. And it might be that they think you're doing fraud, which is completely reasonable if you're placing a bunch of orders for them to think that. And then you just want to get on the basically whitelisted in their system. Or it could be that they're anti-reseller. And in that case, you probably want to get creative potentially.
For sure. What up, Mia? What up, Gigi? Jules? Long time no see, Jules.
Facts. Cool. So you guys in here on Instagram too, if you guys got any questions, fire away on the chat. We'd love to help. And then next Wednesday, January 24th, we have a free training going down, which is going to be incredibly valuable for you guys, breaking out step by step, everything you need to get going. So the link for that's in my bio on Instagram and Twitter. And then it's also in the description if you guys watching on YouTube too.
For sure. Can you just be in order? The customer says they didn't receive tracking shows delivered. Yeah, absolutely. You'll send them a message that's, I'm not sure if you're in the roadmap. We have a template for you that you can just copy paste. If not, you basically just say like, hey, reach out to look around for the package. If not, file an A to Z claim because it's not on you to refund if the customer genuinely didn't get it. Amazon kind of ensures that for you.
What's up, Amazon giant? Will the free training be on YouTube? It will not.
Nope.
And now they're being returned for not selling. Yeah, Dave. So it's probably that you weren't keeping your pricing up to date. You're probably not using a repricer. And that may have just been a lower velocity type of product. But it should be pretty clear looking at the data why it didn't sell.
Yeah, you also can't just rely on a software blindly telling you something's good. Like you always got to do your due diligence and stuff. It probably didn't sell as fast as the software thought.
I would like a good idea on how to organize items and make sure purchasing is not out of control. I have hundreds of receipts. So the cool thing is if you mean online receipts, those are already like pretty much all organized in your email. I'd recommend having a spreadsheet with all your order confirmation numbers and the corresponding ASINs. If you're doing a lot of RA, I would look into I'm sure QuickBooks, you can upload the receipts probably.
Yeah, you can like scan it. Yeah, if that's what you want to do. At least keep them, all that good stuff. Okay.
What tools do you use for product research? So for product research, you want to just be keeping it nice and simple, man. So keep on SellerAmp. And then Warner and I both have really good tutorials on YouTube to show you guys step by step how to utilize all that stuff from the get-go.
Absolutely. Been getting order cancels all week. You're smart enough to get around that stuff, Jules. Look at the order cancel stuff in the roadmap.
Why do you prefer an Amazon prep center over having Amazon do the prep work in-house? Yeah, man, because it just takes a lot longer if you send the inventory manually, like to Amazon and have them label it.
Yep. You have $1,500 in capital. You have enough to get started in OA. Yeah, that's like right around a sweet spot. Ideally, maybe you have $500 more or so, but all you're going to be spending is $40 a month on software. So just burn through the rest of that on good profitable inventory. It will more than pay for itself.
See, now this is something more people should talk about. Dude said, I played my Xbox last night and my sales are down 50% today. There's a major lesson in there. There is for sure a lesson.
It's immediate. It's
yeah.
It's not even like a 2-week lag.
It might be getting more severe in 2024 though, because it typically there used to be a longer lag time if you were caught by the Amazon gods playing the Xbox.
Good manual repricing technique. It's really not recommended if you have more than 10 or so ASINs, because you can't check the listing every 5 minutes or whatever, like a software will. It's really only good if it's like a super high volume item if you don't have a repricer.
What brands you suggest selling for new sellers besides Nike? So the cool thing is, man, is when you're a beginner, you mainly want to be using the reverse sourcing technique, which is basically looking inside the storefronts of other sellers to see what they're selling. And the cool part is all of those products you see in those seller storefronts, those are, for the most part, already vetted that those are at least going to have a shot at being good items. So whatever brands your competitors are selling, which, if you're talking about Nike stuff, is going to be, Under Armour, Converse, Adidas, Puma, New Balance, those types of items.
Yep. How do you prepare underwear? Sure. Send to Amazon. Anything's profitable, right? Can you keep them in a box they came in, put a label over it? Yeah, absolutely. Just cover the, as long as none of the actual product will touch like a conveyor belt. I'm assuming it's like in a cardboard box. Just put it over the barcode label and then send that off. That's all you have to do.
30K capital. Should I consider doing wholesale or DOA first? Dude, it really depends on kind of time availability. If you got 30 grand sitting there, you're clearly a productive human being, so you might be short on time. Keep doing whatever you've been doing that got you that 30 grand, man. But what I would do in your case is I would pick one model and I would pay for help from someone who has what I want, right? But the cool thing is, man, you're in a great situation. You're really set up here. What's the top 5 places to do RA? I'd say like grocery outlet, Nike outlet, Adidas outlet, and then ideally any sort of like local opportunities you got too. I think you're gonna be a great idea.
Yep. How much profit should you be making to consider a VA? I mean, it depends on how much money you have. If you are confidently spending a good chunk of money and you simply need help spending more money, that's when you need a VA. For a lot of people, it makes sense around like 20 or 30K a month in spend, not sales. You should easily be able to spend 20 or 30K a month before you worry about hiring.
Yeah, and I love the idea of, if you're making Amazon seller friends the way you probably should be, right? Yeah. Sharing one with them. Is Champion a good brand to get ungated in? So I know at one point Champion definitely IP'd, but just in general, you shouldn't worry about ungating any item you haven't already found profitable, right? And if you're a beginner, you should be doing reverse sourcing, and typically it's a good sign if a bunch of people are carrying a brand that is resale friendly.
Yup. Career you hate, 10K disposable. Well, you can snowball that 10K. You're not going to be quitting the job anytime soon if you only have 10K. But once you get to the point where you, whatever you're making, let's say you're making 4K a month. Once you can spend, what's that work out to? Like probably 25 or 30. If you can spend 25 or 30 a month on products, you're probably going to double whatever that salary would be. Just like an arbitrary example there. So grow that 10K for the next 6 to 12 months, depending on how much FBM you do. And then think about going all in if you really hate that.
Yeah.
Make 200K a month. I kind of doubt that one, but
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't believe that for a second. Because if you make 200K a month, you'd have a hell of a lot more than 10K saved up.
200K a year. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a great job. So you should have a way more than 10K saved, first of all.
Yeah. So, bro, desperately try and find people on the internet that either have what you want or
and cut expenses, hoard the money, dump it into random junk to flip so you can get out of the job you don't like.
Yeah. Find the nearest bridge, and just go sleep under that.
I don't know about that one. Homeless guy making 200K a year just by choice.
Okay, this is a great question. So best first timer credit cards. Yeah. So it depends what you're optimizing for. If you're completely new to business credit, I really like the Amex Business Blue, which the Blue Business Plus, which I think is 0% APR. I'm pretty sure it is. And then best for cash flow is going to be the Amex Plum, which is a 60-day payback period. That's Amex Plum, like the fruit. And then I'm also a fan of the Capital One Spark, the big body 2%, right? Cashback one, which does have an annual fee, but it's pretty fire. What's up, Cammy?
Yeah. What up, Chris? I wish I just got back from golfing. Unfortunately not.
I have more, but I'm willing to risk 10K. Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go, man. You're in the right spot.
Yeah. Start with 10. You'll quickly realize that you'll find a lot more opportunity to spend than that 10K.
Yeah, and like
but start there for sure.
The more you hate your job, that you need, like, there's a math equation, right? The more you hate your job, it weighs the scale of like the more you need to RA, the more you need to FBM, the more you desperately need to find like-minded kings and queens on the internet to build with. Best way to start OARA. Dude, both, man. And your name's Miles, so you got great pedigree too. It is spelled with a Y though. That's fine though. I'll let that slide. So do both, man.
With one less vowel. What does that do to the buy box share?
No. It's what? Oh, true. Well, isn't a Y? Y is a vowel in some cases, right?
It's a consonant.
Consonant. Oh, there's one letter that's like that. I don't know. I was in 4th grade.
It might. I don't know. It could be some. We should grammar class. We just flip it on the head here.
Yeah.
Well, there's some participles or
Amazon. Yeah, Amazon screws up some of that.
Sometimes why? Yeah. I guess it is in the
crazy, bro. Okay, that's yeah, because that makes sense. Okay.
These are the important questions.
Yeah. Okay. What repricer would you guys recommend? Yeah. So for beginners, the best and cheapest option is going to be BQL, which is $25 a month right off the bat. We have tutorials on both of our channels you can check out for that. Any accounting/profit tracking tips. So yeah, I mean, if you're not a spreadsheet person, you should really know how to use basic Google Sheets. I think that's some of the most useful things to know, even just as a human being, honestly.
Yeah, that's like the only useful college class.
Oh, literally the only one. Yeah.
Will Amazon ungate new sellers with 0 reviews? Absolutely. Just as long as you submit the invoice with correct invoice or a correct address, all that good stuff on it, you are good to go. So
Frank, man, yeah, shoot me a DM on Instagram if you want the ungate list. Or if you want to head over to my YouTube live right now that I'm on this other screen, it's in the description. No, Black, that's not the reason why.
Yeah, no. How do you find ASIN for a specific size? On the Amazon listing, you should just be able to select the version that you want. If it's not in stock, go to the variation wizard on Seller Central, plug in one of the ASINs that does exist, and see if it's just out of stock or something.
Doing 5K in sales, just started top 5 OA sites to grow to 10K and above. So good work in terms of just getting going and already getting sales. Now, the last thing you want to be doing as a beginner is looking for random sites to go through the clearance sections of, because if I tell you a website, you're not going to know the discounts for that website. You're not going to know where to look on it. And what shows you your favorite websites and your favorite opportunities is going to be using reverse sourcing. So that's what I'd recommend doing now. That's going to introduce you to your favorite types of websites and products.
For sure. I hate college, hate a 9-to-5, love reselling. I mean, that's the vibe. Like if you put enough time into it, all that good stuff, then you can avoid the things you don't like. That's the beauty of it.
Ain't that the truth? When listing products, what makes your product stand out compared to others, and how do you get your listing at the top? So the cool thing, man, is that when you sell on arbitrage, like listings, like reselling listings, you're competing with a lot of other sellers, and the buy box just rotates to whoever's priced competitively and has good delivery dates, like every couple hours or even every couple minutes in some cases. And the buy box rotates based on the location of the buyer looking at it too. So the cool thing is, if the price is stable on a listing, people are making money on it, and you'll be able to get the buy box if you are priced competitively and your delivery dates are good.
For sure. How fast is sourcing supposed to be for beginners? It's going to depend on where you're looking, the sales that are going on that day, all that. But as a brand new seller, if you can find like 1 an hour, that's like decent, right? The thing you got to remember is right now is the hardest it will ever be. So the more time you put in, every dollar you make gets easier and easier progressively, because you know things to go back to. You remember a certain sale, or you can just cheat and restock items and burn through all your money that way. So 4 products in 6 hours, that's not too bad, honestly. If you're brand new, you're getting the wheels churning, like you're trying kind of understanding the game a little bit, and things will start clicking.
Yeah, it's also important to note that basically every website has some sort of discount. It's completely unfeasible to be actually finding that stuff when you're newer and such, right? So over time, you're going to figure out these discounts these different websites have. You're going to track them. You're going to put them on a spreadsheet, and then it's going to be a lot more feasible to find products good. And the longer you do it, the more times you're going to just randomly come across a website when a sale is going on, and that's going to make the process even easier.
Yup.
Could have been a fish. Yeah, exactly. Right. There's actually the chat's been like
a fish.
Yeah, we haven't had like any negative.
That's popping tonight.
So we don't need to bring out the fish analogy here.
The fish analogy is when there's like too many ungating questions. Is that the
Dude, yesterday I think was a record for ungating. The per capita ungating questions was stupid.
I mean, that's good. A lot of new guys hopping in, trying to change their lives. Like, we will sit here and answer the ungating question for 5 years. I mean, it's basically been 5 years in a row at this point, almost. What are we at? 3? Like 3 solid grinding on socials? Yeah.
What reverse video? So, Dale, if you just search like online arbitrage reverse sourcing on YouTube, you'll come across several, and the YouTube algorithm is going to tell you the best one. Where can I find Canadian students doing OA? Discord or Twitter or wherever else Amazon sellers are hanging out. Reddit, Instagram.
Yeah, we got a bunch of Canadians on the roadmap too. If you're looking for something like that.
Yeah. Any repricer cheaper than BQL? BQL is $25 a month base.
It's 25. Yeah. That's why it's like good beginner. There's some other ones that are like fancier that you can look into later, but nothing beats it for 25. Product sourcing has been your biggest challenge so far. Glad to get a lot of hands-on products, scanning products. Seem to find some. I mean, we're all paying Amazon fees. Even the biggest sellers on the platform are paying Amazon fees. So that's not really like a reason you can't find stuff. Which I was actually talking about last night, where there's a lot of platforms where the bigger the seller, the lower the fees they pay. Amazon is not the case. It's one of the only ones. And so it's kind of beautiful that we can compete with the biggest companies in the world. So just keep head down, Vanessa. You just want to reverse source, learn the best brands, and kind of start tracing those back to good sales that are going on.
So another prep center question. So, my man, if you're asking that question, you should be sending the inventory to Amazon yourself, and you should be labeling it yourself so you can save money. In that regard, but typically about 1 or 2 weeks. But you should also be doing FBM when you're new too. So like, don't even worry about that stuff.
Yep.
How do I find ASIN out of stock variation? So go on Variation Wizard on SellerAmp, which you can find on Google.
Yep. What's the hardest part of OA? I mean, finding products is the only thing that matters. Like, it's actually the entire business. Amazon does the rest. Like, that's why it's good. As long as you can find cheap stuff. So finding cheap stuff is the hardest part.
Yep. And like most people like really work hard subconsciously to make this hard for themselves too, right? Like, you should be desperately trying to find other people you really get along with to work on the stuff with together. And that's free too. It just, you got to understand your high school friends might see your account sometime. That's like honestly the downfall of most people in that regard.
Yep. Do you have insurance? Yeah, everyone, you have to have it.
Yeah, everyone has it.
Yeah, everyone has insurance. You can go through like Next, the Hartford. There's a couple others that people will recommend.
Yeah, but guys, Amazon's going to tell you it when they require, which is like $10K a month for 3 straight months or something like that. Okay, how do you find that first product so you can start doing storefront stalking? Go on YouTube, search Fulcher Miles free course, and look at the products I found in that video, or really any product research winner, like any winning product Warner and I shows in our videos. You can just start from there. Hit the like button. Appreciate it.
Suspect username, but
suspect username.
How much did you put away for taxes every time you get paid? I think what people usually say, 10%, because then that compounds to be enough by the end of the year.
Yeah. We're not tax people, though.
Yeah, we're not tax people.
Your own methods. Can you sell a product with unknown estimated sales? Yes, if the Keep It chart looks good. I wouldn't recommend it if the Keep It chart doesn't look good.
Yep. What's insurance? Next Insurance or the Hartford are 2 options. It's like a few $100 a year, basically. And once you do your first $10,000 month, Amazon requires you to have insurance. I think.
Okay.
Is it? I always forget. It's either $10,000 a month or it's $10,000 over 3 months. Yeah. Regardless, Amazon will send you an email.
Wait, do beginners require? So, bro went from telling us the rules on insurance to now not knowing the rules. No, you do not. Like, if something's required, Amazon's going to tell you. Like, these are the most sophisticated companies in the world, although their customer service does suck. But it is massive that these are the most sophisticated companies in the world.
Does insurance cover lost inventory? No, that would be like insurance for your like actual warehouse, your house, wherever you have stuff sitting. But you shouldn't, like, you can get reimbursed for all your lost inventory.
Okay, here's a good question. If you find a good product that has many variants, how can you tell if the color you found a deal on sells well? So there's naturally a component of common sense that more common colors and sizes of products in general are going to sell better. And then there's the hard data of the Keep It chart, and a lot less importantly, the review count. for that specific variation. The keep a chart you see is going to be that specific variation's keep a chart.
Sure. Video did with the tax guy. Search like taxes fields of profit. I have to assume that takes you there.
Do you have a program for beginners that covers all the basics? Yeah, dude. So you can hit the DMs if you're interested in that. And then really everyone as a beginner should go through the free course first too. So you just go on YouTube, search Flips for Miles free course, Fields of Profit free course. If you watch that stuff, you'll have a really good idea of how to get going with this stuff legit today. And a lot of the questions you might normally have are just going to be answered in that. So you can hit the ground really running.
Yep. Can you get Amazon to expedite a payment? No, they're going to pay you out when they say they're going to pay you out. So it's like every 2 weeks since you're a beginner probably. There are services you can get paid out sooner, but they charge like loan shark levels of interest, so I wouldn't really recommend it. Just try to do more FBM if capital is slowing you down.
Bro, yeah. With the shameless plug, yes, sir. Follow my dog Alex right there. Do you do calls in the roadmap? We do, my man. We do.
Yep.
Best way to find like-minded individuals without paying into the community. So this is the best way to find like-minded individuals, regardless of whether or not you're paying for something. It is aggressive internet existence. Now, there are 31 of you guys in here on Instagram. There are 114 of you guys here on YouTube. I would bet incredibly large amounts of money that less than 10 of you guys have publicly existed on the internet in regards to being an Amazon seller. Right.
We know of like a couple. I mean, Alex just said we know Jules is, but that might be
Alex,
it. Mia was here earlier.
Yep, Mia, right?
Matt. So we're at 4. Yeah, it's like no one. Yeah.
Yeah, because Warner and I pretty much have more context than anyone on how to make this stuff work. And a lot of the people we see have a lot of success, right? They have friends that do this. And there's no better way to find friends that do this than to exist on Twitter, Instagram, etc. Yeah, like Andrew, that is so smart right there. Yes, exactly. Yes,
yeah. People make it way too complicated too. You're not networking, trying to find a million different people to talk to. You're literally trying to find 2 friends. Yep. You can find 2 friends. It reframe it, make it sound. You're just trying to find people to have fun with, basically.
Yeah, and far and away the most effective way to do that is to just post consistently and document what you're doing. And most people will do anything except that, and then wonder why they don't get results. I love what you guys are doing. I really appreciate the value you guys here. I got you, Jay. Can I appreciate it, family? That's love right there. Happy to hook it up.
Dropping off 27 orders to the post office right now. That's well, Christian.
There we go. There should be an FBM post on Twitter with the whole gang tagged right there.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, you're the one who capital limited. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just run it up FBM. Keep doing that. You're gonna grow way faster than anyone else. We're all dealing with the slow payouts and all that. Facing section 3. I made a video on section 3 capital search, like Fields of Profit section 3. Talked to my friend who beat it. We broke down like everything he submitted. I'm pretty much everyone's beat their section 3, which is nice. Because when it happened, it was like the sky was falling, and then over the course of a couple weeks, like pretty much everyone was fine. Yeah, ancestors were fighting in wars. Yeah, now we just fight the appeals process and the 5th submission for the ungate instead. I'll take that trade.
Yeah. Is FBM sell just as fast as FBA? I mean, it's listing by listing, but for all intensive purposes, if you're asking that question, yes.
Do you recommend you put your account on vacation mode for right now? No, just keep making sales. Yeah, keep making sales.
Print the wealth, baby.
Yeah, there's no reason, because the sooner you can get the money hit, and at least then 2 weeks after that, you're gonna get the money. Like, can you explain reserve? Yeah, every 2 weeks you get paid from Amazon. You'll get paid for the sales that you made 4 weeks to 2 weeks ago. The last 2 weeks of sales will come at the next reserve payout. After a while, you'll get paid every day for the sales that happened 2 weeks ago instead of every 2 weeks for the sales that happened during that longer period. So it makes your cash flow faster after you've sold for a little bit. It's usually like 50 to 100K, sometimes longer. It's really just kind of arbitrary sometimes.
Do you recommend documenting your process if you're a minor using Adult Seller Central? So you got to talk to your parents about that, my man.
Yeah.
That's completely up to you and your parents. I have no idea what would be the best way for you to navigate that. And as always, right, we are random people on the internet, right? So you want to, take everything with a grain of salt. I can't tell you how to sell on Amazon correctly, though. Cool. All right. So guys on Instagram, I'm going to hop over to just YouTube so you can tap in on there if you want to check that out too.
What's up, Miguel? Does Amazon accept a CSV spreadsheet? I'm honestly not sure. I would have to assume there's a way to bulk upload like that. I've just never done it.
There is. I can't remember how, but I know you can.
Yeah.
Miles gave up on the gym. All right. All right. All right. Challenge accepted. You go do 15 pull-ups, friendly and safe. Anonymous account. I would be shocked if friendly and safe can give me 15 good non all out Amazon pull-ups.
They're on enough streams to know that was going to send you on a tirade.
Your threshold for getting on a listing where Amazon is sharing the buy box, seeing consistent movement in the bottom keep a chart's offer count, or the offer count keep a chart.
For sure. You have products you're selling has $8 fulfillment costs, Amazon fees, products $12. It's probably heavy. But that's not unusual. See if you can price it at like $9.99 and see if the fees go a lot lower because of low pricing fees. Under $10 is way cheaper. Usually not if it's $12 though. Does cashback work using gift cards? It's not supposed to. A lot of times it does though. It really comes down to the website or even just like transaction by transaction if they notice you're using a gift card. But it's usually against the it's not against terms of service. It's just like it's written that they're not going to count it double basically, but sometimes it'll hit.
I saw your pull-up form. You swing your legs up and down more than Nike's buy box on a holiday listing. They're completely, first of all, they might swing a little bit when I'm like 12 deep. But Alan, like I would be shocked.
That's a fire analogy though.
Give me good.
You got to give him some credit there. With the Fortnite A profile pic.
Oh, that's a Fortnite profile pic?
It's the font.
Okay, there we go. That's all. That was all we needed right there. Yeah.
It's the same font. At least I'm going crazy. Or unless I'm going crazy, but
have been giving me cash back. Oh, let's go, Miguel. But when you're that guy, when you're that guy, they just everything works out.
Yeah, it's not supposed to, but it does pretty often. Is it okay? He doesn't know. He's not aware. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know.
These dudes are seeing like I sent like a video of me ripping pull-ups to like 2 group chats of students earlier today. So I don't know how this stuff.
It's the pull-up video. You post it like every 2 weeks.
Oh, those weren't good. Yeah, those weren't good.
You need a refresh then.
I will. I'm also like 15 pounds heavier too.
Or just bait and make it even worse so that you get even more hate.
Can you explain discounted gift cards like I'm 10? Adidas gift card that gives you $100 of credit. You buy it for $94. That $6 is extra profit for yourself.
Yep. On top of something you're already buying profitably. Is the listing that doesn't have an Amazon sales tag worth selling? What is you mean like a buy box or something? I don't know what you mean by that. If you're talking about the buy box, then yes, you can still sell it. Adding a product to Amazon. What do you do about adding an ASIN? How do you know what you're supposed to use? I mean, take whatever you bought. The listing should already exist on Amazon. Otherwise, don't buy that. It's not the low. It's that's the hard way to do it. You're gonna grab the ASIN of whatever you want to sell and then list that. You don't have to make any new listings or anything.
Bro just said that just made more sense. I got you, family. I got you.
5 years old. That makes sense. How do you recognize it? It's our job to know what is popular and relate things to it.
What's the backlash for that? So nothing if you buy shipping and then refund the orders manually. So I'll repeat because it's very important. Pretty much all you guys are going to run into that. If you accidentally oversell FBM, do not, and I repeat, do not cancel orders. Now, is it the end of the world if you cancel orders? No. But what you should do is you should buy shipping for dimensions 1 by 1 by 1 with a 1 ounce weight. And then after you buy the shipping, refund the order. Then it doesn't go in your cancellation rate.
Sweet. Yeah, for everybody who's in here, make sure you all have your SellerAmp free trial. You're firing away. Dive into our free course videos. Go take action. Buy something. Don't sit here and ask questions for the next month without doing something. We've seen people do that. Sometimes they make money. A lot of times they don't. The people who really make money take action. So go get the free trial. Go source something and let us know what you found.
I do 0 to handle time after class. So yeah, any way to change that cutoff time? Yeah, Christian, so you can change it to whatever you want, man. It's just going to be in in your handling time in the general shipping settings on Seller Central. So go to top right, boom, shipping settings, general shipping settings, scroll all the way to the bottom, update the handling time.
Yep. Do you recommend starting a new account for Amazon posting? Yeah, probably. You don't want to. you can torch the personal socials if you don't care, but like, you probably want something new. Keep your focus onto just people that you want to connect with, rather than whatever grandma's up to on the timeline.
Yeah. Like they definitely torch the personal socials, like for sure, torch them.
Did you have some haters on the live yesterday?
It was just hella ungating questions.
Oh, I gotcha.
Ungating question. Oh, well, one dude was like, "You're selling stuff," and I was like, "Yeah, I am."
Yeah.
What are you?
Because it's worth
Yeah.
10, 100x more than we charge. So of course, why wouldn't we?
Should we focus on one of the two or stick with one? Yeah, ZO5. So it's really up to you and what you have locally too, right? But I think it definitely makes sense to do both if you enjoy it, right? Yep. Yeah, definitely do both at the same time if you can.
Yeah, it also depends on like what you have locally. If you have the outlet nearby, then you should be doing RA. If you live in a town of 1,000 people, then there's probably not a lot to check out RA.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, Jake. You can give me 20 good push-ups consecutively. So like, of course they're going to give it to you fast. Top business credit cards: Amex Plum, Amex Blue Business Plus, and Capital One Spark. Plum for cash flow, Blue Business Plus for beginners, and Capital One Spark for 2% cash back.
Like a month into finding a VA, can you walk through training vetting process? Alan, if you're in the roadmap, all that's in there, like all the documents and stuff I use, but like rough outline, go to Online Jobs PH, make a job posting, interview people who seem interesting, give them a sample test, and then trial week the people who pass all that.
Bye. Oh, Saga. Oh, damn, you're in SoFlo. Let's go, baby. Yeah, hit that up, Luca.
Let's go. Video is very helpful. Selling from brother's account for a little bit. Made your own 9K in a week. Bang. Good stuff, Christian.
Right, good for you, man. That's
Keep it up. It'll be 25K weeks, and then it'll be 50K weeks, and sky's the limit for you. Watching, giving thumbs up on all the alts. Wow, that's how you know Tony's the man right there. How is loss calculated on an FBA return that's eligible for resale? So you don't get refunded on the pick and pack fees, like the work that Amazon already did. The rest of that money is refunded except for a return fee, which is usually like a couple bucks. So on like let's call it like an $80 pair of shoes, the return probably costs you $10. So when you sell it, you basically cover the return. So you'd have to have a shoe get returned twice for you to lose money on it. Basically, the first time it gets returned, you're down to like break even.
Are you allowed to ask ungating questions here? I would say the only thing worse than constant ungating questions is asking if you can ask an ungating question. But of course, Ronnie, yeah, like we got you, man. We got you. Don't even worry about that.
We're happy to help.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you never have to ask if you can ask a question, because if you just ask the question, then you get your answer either way, and you save yourself one question too.
Yep. I finally updated my original one today. I re-uploaded one. Though the original ungating one I made was literally 4 years old, so I figured it was time.
Well, okay. Yeah. Like that's the cool part too. Is like you guys can watch our ungating videos and get the basics there too. Yep. Yes, live free training this Wednesday, family. This Wednesday.
Finished watching both your videos, stumbled across the live stream, found your first profitable product, OA, looking at prep centers. Yeah, they do typically have a monthly minimum. It'll be like 100 units or something like that, usually. It just comes down to the prep center. So ask them. Some prep centers would be like, hey, you have to ship thousands of units. It's probably not where you want to start. Most of the OA prep centers are pretty beginner friendly, though.
Do you have a video on how to explain how you make your manager salary? Well, yeah, you got to get the bag up, and then you won't have a manager. Much more efficient.
Yeah, well, if you're making the manager's salary, then there's no reason to be at the job anymore.
Are you training them techniques? And it depends how much you trust the person. You know what I mean? Can someone drop the link? Not sure what you mean, no. For ungating, should we buy something cheap and maybe resell a loss again negate? I would say find something profitable to start, man. But you were asking about doing RA, right? So like if you got a Nike out nearby, bro, buy some Nike headbands today, get that done, lose $1 or $2 a piece and get scanning.
Yep.
Okay, so Fiend, just search on YouTube, Flips for Miles, ungating, Fields of Profit ungating. It's also linked in the description too. And then for all you guys that are newer sellers as well, we have an awesome list of auto ungate ASINs where you can get ungated and a bunch of stuff today for free without invoices needed for some of the smaller brands on Amazon.
Yep. We got a lot of good feedback on that. It's in my Launchpad link below. Miles has it separate in his channel.
After about to give up. Oh no. Okay. Should I rename the images? Yes, but you should be using it should be an all one PDF together.
The packing slip receipt. Yeah, use the online order confirmation. And the tracking number if they're really giving you hell.
Just got over that problem. Attaboy, cool.
Yep. Yeah, writing a message can help too. I wasn't even aware of that meta for a while, but if you put a message on there, at least the rumor is that it gets sent to a real person rather than a pure automated bot because there's like a message for a human to read.
Yeah. So like just make it clear, like, hey, I'm giving you guys exactly what you want. Please see it's from XYZ for ACE and XYZ. The invoice date is here. The amount was here. The quantity is this. Does the auto ungate tool work for sellers outside America? Yes. Where can I find Flips for Profits? I think he mentioned. Yes. So go on YouTube, search Fields of Profit free course, Flips for Miles free course. It's also linked in the description too. You can check that out. Remove the retail prices. Chad, cover it with the blank FNC and keep it rolling.
Yeah, cover it. Yeah. The blank SKU label is the move. It's less work as long as it's not like see-through. I got the first 100 products. Yeah, 20 or 30 brands. Bang. Yeah. It's good just kind of open your eyes as to what's possible, especially for some of you newer guys who, I'm gated on everything. Like literally just go through the list. You will have 100 plus at least that you can immediately sell.
SB Mitchell just got ungated with the message after decline 10 times. Yes, sir. Winners win, baby. Good work. Cool. So keep the questions coming, guys. We're happy to help. Is it play on your name? Yes, that's the whole point. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So everyone can go ahead and get free 4x6 label. I think they're close to 4x6 labels from UPS for free 99. So I'd definitely recommend checking that out.
Ungating tips, take a screenshot of the package, delivered status, make the file name super clear. Yeah, that's all good. Yeah. Adds extra like tracking info, all that good stuff.
Totally free fan folds. Any additional games to help with that? Yeah, bro. So the advice is always going to be find other sellers to build with and find the discounts different websites have, which typically be evergreen coupons. Track those over time. That's going to help more and more items become profitable. The more you do it, you're going to become faster and more fluid, and that's going to lead you to find more items. And the longer you do it, the more random big sales you're going to run into as well.
Yeah, I didn't want to spoil that one for Jules there, Jenny.
Okay, so Scott, this is a great question. Would you consider selling some FBA and FBM at the same time? Super, man. That's a great idea. That's a fantastic idea there, man. Is running out of stock a bad thing if my capital is invested? Nope. That's a myth that like IPI and stuff matters. Like life's way too short to worry about an IPI.
If you stay in stock consistently on something for a very long time, it can increase buy box, but beyond that, like you're not going to see much else going wrong.
Life is also way too short to look at what Amazon says in ungate decline emails.
Yeah.
Just resubmit. What up, Bennett?
What's your percent breakdown between replens and new ASINs? We buy a ton of new ASINs just because I let the VAs kind of run the business, and they tend to just find a bunch of new products every day. But we do have one guy who his entire job is to just look through everything we've already sourced. He doesn't even source new products. So it's probably 20% replens, 25%, and then it gets higher during Q4.
Is FBM more time consuming than FBA? Kinda, but also not really. It takes more time to fulfill the orders, but you also learn way quicker. So you actually save a shitload of time by doing FBM. And the people on Twitter that make no money with this stuff will tell you that is not true. It is completely a fact though.
Yep.
And either way, if you make under $10,000 a month profit as a human being, job, Amazon, whatever, the last thing you should be worried about is how time consuming making money is.
Yeah, it's trading time for money if you don't have at 10K a month.
Do I need a business account for UPS to get the unlimited 4x6? Yeah, because they're gonna have to see your address. Yeah. So yeah, just create it, Mitchell. It's nice and easy.
Gonna inflate the 4x6 prices.
Gonna go from
that would be the ultimate flex if we could tell enough people that UPS has to charge for the free labels.
Because the discounts are always bounced around. That's a hot take. I'm over this peasant work. Got to send those booty shorts to Bezos. Yes, sir. Cool. Sweet. So we appreciate you guys, tapping in, right? If you guys are still on the fence about getting started with the stuff, check out the free course today. We've got those linked down below. Check out the Auto One Gate ASIN list. Head over to SellerAmp.com and get a free trial. And then our DMs are open if you got any questions. And we got tons of free videos on our channel to help you guys with the stuff as well.
For sure. Good to hang out with y'all. You'll have a good rest of your night. Our DMs are open if we can help with anything. And let's get after it. Take action. Go do something. Don't take the info and run with it. We're giving it to you. Ball's in your court.
Cool. Have a great one, family.